welcome to Money Mondays. I'm Graham Hopkins, and in this series, I'm not going to hold back on talking about that thing that we're all forced to think about and sometimes worry about, particularly as freelance earners, but that nobody actually wants to talk about. But I'm going to talk about it, and that's money. Personal money management, not how to earn it, how to create your own income streams, that's up to you, but how to hold on to what you do earn, how to grow it and manage it without needlessly spilling much of it down the drain. So what gives me the authority to do this? Well, firstly, experience. I began my working life with nothing but some small student debt. I've been an actor since 1983, and much of that time a freelance actor. And I made it my business to put myself in control of my personal financial life rather than letting it control me. I could have been a doctor. In fact, I dropped out of medical school at UCT because I wanted to pursue this insane dream of being an actor. I've educated myself on how money works. I've made myself financially literate. I've learned how the numbers can work for us or against us. And I want to share some of that knowledge with you. Secondly, I do have an advanced certificate in financial planning from Mill Park Business School. But that's by the way, because I'm not a registered financial planner and I've no intention of selling you insurance or advising you on specific financial products. Although I will be talking about the principles of insurance, of investing, and of growing wealth. If you're looking for a certified financial planner, I'm happy to put you in touch with one. My interest is around behavioral finance, how we think about money, what it means to us, why we desire it so strongly, why we think it will make us happy, how many of us fear it or become victims of it. Money becomes, to many people, more than just numbers. To me, it's just numbers, and numbers are something we really can control. Money, to many people, is involved with emotion. It's perceived as power or freedom or status or prestige or dignity or choice or the lack of all those things. And indeed, it is all of those things, but we need to put it in the right perspective. Money so often becomes a point of contention within families, between life partners, between friends, between business partners. It's often used, sometimes unwittingly, as emotional blackmail to try and buy love or favor or to wield power within relationships. In the end, money muddies the water. So how we think about it determines whether it rules us or whether we rule it. Specifically, I want to talk about how, as members of an industry that is at best precarious, we can put plans in place to be on the right side of our personal finances. So, why is it that some people never seem to have any money troubles and others are always on the back foot, always the victim of their money woes, always playing catch up? What's the trick? Are some just lucky? Are they finance boffins with superior or even secret knowledge? Nope. Financial literacy is not a secret. It's simple knowledge, and it is really quite easy to acquire if you focus on it. Are these people more successful, or do they work harder, or have they negotiated higher salaries? Well, no, not necessarily those things either. Are they stingy and penny pinching and miserly? Well, no. In fact, sometimes they're more generous because they can afford to be more generous. They know what they're being generous with. Do they save every cent, never spend any of it on things just for the fun of it or for the hell of it or just to make somebody else happy? Well, in fact, the answer is no, in my opinion, to all of those things. The answer is simply that some people know how to keep their eye on the financial ball. And I don't mean lottery balls. And the rest, well, the rest either aren't interested or they just don't bother, or they say they don't understand. They feel intimidated by finance, they turn their backs on acquiring the simple knowledge of how it works, and they suffer the consequences. It's that simple. I was brought up in a privileged middle-class family. My late father was a successful and well-loved family doctor, and we never wanted for anything. I'm very grateful for that upbringing because it included private schooling and boats and beach holidays. It was a wonderful time. The one thing that we were never taught about was money, because in my family, discussion about money was considered rude. It wasn't a subject for polite conversation. I suppose because we didn't want to either seem to be whinging that we didn't have enough of it or boasting that we had too much of it. I once started to discuss finance with my father, and he said, "I'm not interested in finance. The subject bores me." And that was the end of the conversation. But when he came to retire, he did so with significantly less capital than he needed done. And because his retirement was followed by a time of high inflation, the value of his savings eroded more than necessary because he lacked the financial knowledge of investment and how to grow his capital. Now, I will show you how to keep your eye on the financial ball, how to spend some of your hard-earned income on buying the most treasured asset of them all, to my mind, which is freedom from worry about money, freedom from worry about personal financial troubles. The basic principles of financial literacy are simple. Are they easy? Are they easy to accept? Well, for some people, they're clearly not easy to accept, let alone adopt. There are always 1,000 ifs and buts and maybes, and it's not that simple, and in my situation, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And sure, we all have different circumstances, we all have different challenges and different responsibilities. But when you cut through the noise, the principles of financial literacy are simple. They're practical and they're worth their weight in gold, quite literally. So if you're interested, I'll walk you through them and I'll give you the power of acquiring financial literacy. I'll do this by giving you simple weekly personal challenges. So watch this space every Monday. And your challenge for this week, your current balance is on all savings and debts. Know them all to within, say, 1,000 grand. Your bank balances, mortgage bonds, hire purchase agreements, store cards, credit cards, loans, as well as any savings or investments that you have. Write them down. Check them regularly and check yourself. Can I accurately quote the numbers at any one time? Because if you don't know the territory, you can't navigate yourself beyond it. That's all for today. I hope to see you next week. Check your balances and cheers. Thanks for watching.